Good afternoon. Welcome back to Money Control's live stream. You're watching Closing Bell with me, Lovisha Darad. Well, after 2 days of good run, bulls have taken a breather. Sensex fell over 750 points and Nifty also did not hold above that 24,000 level. It did above that 24,000 level, but of course it is down about 150 points as well. Majority of the losses that did come in from the banking, auto and the IT sectors. Well, the three sectors that actually performed quite stellar yesterday. So there was some sense of profit booking that did take place in today's trading session. What did well, however, was the media and the oil and gas stocks, which bucked the trend in overall weakish market. On the other hand, if you look at the broader end of the markets, we can see that the mid-caps have ended with about 0.3% cut. Small caps also ended flat in the red. However, these two losses were, a bit lesser than what the large caps had to do. But if you look at the top Nifty 50 gainers, that includes the like of ONGC. ONGC, after Jeffries said that majority of the correction in the past 3 months is overdone and the stock could see some re-rating going from here on. Tata Motors also one of the top Nifty 50 gainer, 3% uptick after we saw that the December sales figures were largely better than what the street was estimating, and also because the automaker is expected to receive some PLI benefits as well. SBI Life Insurance seeing an uptick of about 2%, Titan also up about 1%, Nestle also seeing an uptick of about 1% as well. On the other hand, if you look at the top Nifty 50 losers at this point, Wipro seeing a cut of about 2.8%. Definitely this is coming ahead of the Q3 results, wherein Citi also downgraded the stock and said that the company is expected to report a flat sequential growth in the third quarter. HDFC Bank, one of the Bank Nifty index heavyweight, seeing a cut of about 2.5%. Tech Mahindra 2%, Cipla, ICICI Bank, all of them were in the losers list of the Nifty 50. However, for the week, Nifty was up 1% and auto sector, that was the top mover as well. But on that note, let's quickly get on board with our market expert, Ashish Bahety. Ashish, good afternoon. Wish you a very happy new year.
Good afternoon, Visha. Wish happy new year to you as well.
Ashish, after yesterday's strong run, we saw some profit booking in today's trading session and Nifty did settle below that 24,100 levels as well. So what is the next level that investors can watch out going into next week?
Yeah, so Nifty is actually trapped between 20 DEMA and 200 DEMA. Unless we don't see a 20 DEMA crossover, we won't see a major rally in the Nifty. It might gonna consolidate probably in the first 2 days of the next week also. So on the upper side, the range is 24,300, and the lower side, the range which has become as 23,900 might gonna stay in this range. If there's a breakout above 24,300, then we may see even 24,800 on the charts, Nifty.
Okay, 24,800 could be also in the charts. But let's understand, what is your take on IT stocks? So we will be having Q3 results, which is trickling from next week onwards. So what are you estimating from the Nifty IT index?
So we're dividing on the IT. So we're very bullish on the mid-cap IT, and whereas we are negative on the large-cap IT. So specifically, stock like Persistent or Birlasoft is looking good on the charts also. So we are bullish there. However, we are if the numbers gonna come bad, so we'll be short. We will gonna go short on the large-cap IT, specifically Wipro.
Okay, all right. Yes, so one of the top Nifty 50 losers as well for Wipro. Ashish, one stock that stood paramount in today's week session was ONGC, one of the top Nifty gainers. Jeffries also shared that majority of the correction in the past 3 months is overdone and the stock could benefit from here on. So do you concur with this view, or what do you expect for this stock?
Yeah, it's been oversold. If you'll see, since August, there's been a clear selling in ONGC, and stock has corrected massively from that time. Almost in August, it was made a high of 335. And from there, if you'll see, that stock has already corrected almost 30%. So there's a quick short covering rally happening here. Even the crude prices have elevated. So that is the also impact of both ONGC and OIL. Moving this, I think it can move up to 200 DEMA, which is placed at 275. So stock may continue till that zone, which is a resistance area. You'll see there's a clear price volume breakout even in today's trade. So ONGC is looking good on the charts. One should keep a stop loss of 250, and on the upside, the target is 200. It can be up to 275.
Okay, 275 target for ONGC. Let's move to another stock in focus. That was your Tata Motors, which did well as the company is expected to receive some PLI benefits. But we saw that the December sales figure was okayish, above the street estimates, but still, a very okayish growth. What are you expecting for the automaker? We are down from 1,000 to 788 levels for Tata Motors.
When we made a high of 1170, stock corrected massively till 720, and today we saw some short covering rally happening. In fact, this rally started yesterday itself, and as soon as the stock moved above 20 DEMA, there we can see a clear short covering rally. This rally may continue till 830, 840 zone. This stock is absolutely oversold. Even the 200 MI is placed at 950. So there's a lot of room for the stock to rally on the upside as there's a resistance at the 200 MI itself. One can go long even these levels by keeping a stop loss of 770. On the upside, we see 840 on the charts.
Okay, 840 on the charts for Tata Motors. What about Hero Moto Corp, one of the top Nifty losers as well, and the December sales were also quite muted, Ashish. What are you expecting from that? Do you expect the underperformance to continue from here on?
Yeah, both Hero and Bajaj has been continuously underperforming the entire market and both the auto sector as well. Uh, Whereas we've seen on the two-wheeler side, TVS has shown relative performance, but in Hero Moto there's no buying interest whatsoever, and every pullback is getting sold off. So I think one should be very cautious if when anybody is holding long should exit the Hero Moto. There's absolutely no trade right now at these levels. It's not the risk reward is not favorable to short. If there's a pullback, it can be used as a shorting candidate. However, we are not advising to go long at this level also.
Okay. Any good favorable buys coming in from the auto space?
So we are bullish on TVS on the auto space, and however, that is one stock on the two-wheeler side. On the four-wheeler side, yes, M&M and Escorts is looking really good. M&M is recently made a fresh high and it's looking really good on the charts. I think M&M can touch up to 3,300. So one can go long here by keeping a stop loss of 3,150 for the target of 3,300.
Okay. Ashish, what about the retail stocks? They were quite high in demand today. We saw D-Mart, V-Mart, all of them saw very good up moves after its strong Q3 business update. Should we expect further outperformance from here on?
Yeah, so the continuation may continue, the trend may continue on the upside. We have seen even Titan moving good on the today's session in stock, almost touched its 200 MA. So we are expecting some of the retail stocks to do good. Titan may touch up to 3,500 or 3,550 in coming week. So one can go long here by keeping a stop loss of 3,400.
Okay, 3,400. Ashish, how about banking stocks? Q3 business updates coming in from PSU banks like Bank of Maharashtra, PNB, all good of them. We saw that the deposits are also picking up pace. So do you expect the PSBs to outperform the private lenders after this Q3 results?
We've seen continuously seeing there's a selling pressure on the large private banks, and whereas the public sector banks is showing some strength. So both SBI and Bank of Baroda has been continuously now buying radar on the PSU sector, as these two banks are a little broad, large banks. So we think if one has to go long, should continue with the Bank of Baroda or SBI only. Don't go long in the private public sector bank on the smaller size banks. So Bank of Baroda, one can go long by keeping a stop loss of 239 for the target of 249. Similarly, SBI is looking good, though it has given a close on the downside. But I think SBI can give a short covering rally in the next coming week. And we can see 830 on the charts. One can go long by keeping a stop loss of 780.
Okay, 780. How about what is your pick on ITI? ITI, the stock did hit a upper circuit of 20%, and also the stock did hit a record high as well. What are you expecting? What led to this strong up move as well, and what are you looking for in the near term?
We've seen a couple of marquee investors also checking in the stock somewhere in the start of the November, and stock has been continuing in the uptrend. So, the stock has a tendency to move for 2, 3 days and then consolidate in a narrow range and then again resume its rally. So we can think of this as the first day of the trend again. Stock has moved 20%. So, it is not a buy at the immediate level, but any dip can be used as a buying opportunity. One can keep a stop loss of 415. A good buying spot zone would be somewhere in between 430 to 440 zone. On the upside, we think the stock can go 500 up to a 520 level.
Okay. For this week, Nifty Realty was one of the top sectoral underperformers as well. How do you think investors should position themselves towards the Nifty Realty index?
So yeah, some of the realty stocks, specifically Macrotech and other stocks, have shown some strength, whereas we've seen other stocks like Prestige is showing weakness. So both we are seeing good buying opportunities as well as selling opportunities in the realty sector. So if one has to go long, our preferred pick would be Loda or Macrotech developer on the long side. One can keep a stop loss of 1370. And for the target of 1450, one can go long. Similarly, to play the weakness, I think Prestige Estates is showing weakness, and it is just trading near its 200 DEMA. If that gets breached, we may see even 1550 on the charts. So if one has to play the weakness, I think Prestige Estates is the best suited candidate for shorting opportunity by keeping a stop loss of 1680.
Okay, 1680 for Prestige Estates. But just one last question before we let you go, Ashish. Any stock that you are finding could stand out this year or even in the month of January as well on the technical front?
So we are long on the private sector bank, the Kotak Bank. That has been a short pick, and I think it can outperform the overall banking stocks on the private sector banks. So one can go long here by keeping a stop loss of 1800 for the potential target of 19 and 1950.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your time, Ashish, and we hope that we connect with you soon. All right, with that, we've come to an end of this edition of the Closing Bell. From next week, we will be watching out how the Q3 unfolds, and we'll have a lot of more action from the global cues as well, because Japanese markets also resume trading from Monday onwards, and US and Asia Pacific and the rest of the markets are as usual in function as well. But for now, thank you for watching and have a great weekend.